Hello everyone and welcome to week 2. For this week's check-in video I have 5 points that I want to cover. First, regarding last week, the orientation quiz, thank you so much for bringing to my attention a few errors that were in the quiz and also errors in the syllabus. Our modules do span 1 week. I want to let you know if you weren't able to get full credit on that syllabus quiz, I will go into the grade book and ensure that everyone receives the full 10 points. Second, grades for the discussion posts. You will see those posted hopefully at some point tonight. Generally, I try to wrap that up the day after the module closes. If I'm traveling or have a heavy meeting load, there may be a slight delay there. But because the pace of the course is so swift, I want to ensure that you're receiving timely feedback. So anticipate that feedback and those grades in the grade book this evening. The third item is related to the e-text. So when you go into the Module 2 content, you'll see that there's a link for accessing the e-text. I accessed the link earlier today and I too had trouble. It takes a while for it to populate. If you scroll to the very bottom of the page, so first if you're in Module 2 and click on the link that says access the e-text, it may pop up for you depending on where you're trying to access the information, but if you scroll down to the bottom of that page, you'll see the link. It's https://ebookcentral.proquest, etc. So if you highlight that link, right click and open a new tab, you shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever getting the content to populate. There's a proxy screen for the library, so you will need to use your credentials, even if you're on campus, to access that ebook. If you run into any other trouble, give me a heads up, but you can also contact the library as well. They can help you with that. Fourth point, week 2 for the discussion. Some of you got a head start. Way to go. Love seeing those early posts. You may want to go back and make a few edits though. So if you look at the prompt for the Module 2, it does mention that there are certain types of civic engagement. And if you read in the e-text for the pages that are assigned for Module 2, you'll see that there's a table. It's table 9.1. And in that table, there are very specific types of engagement that are described. So that may inform your discussion post for the week. Be sure and check that out. And fifth, final but not least, is the paper that's due for the course. I mentioned this during the last week and you've probably seen it in the syllabus, and also if you've explored the content for the course, if you go all the way down to the bottom of the page for content, you'll see that there is a resource folder for the paper. This is a reflection paper, and it incorporates 2 community engagement experiences. So these can be nonprofit experiences. You can go observe a civic meeting. There's a lot of flexibility, latitude, and opportunity there. And I also want to be able to accommodate your schedule. I know many of us are working full-time or have other responsibilities outside of class. And so if you're unable to participate in an event, there are options for viewing recorded public meetings online and also C-SPAN. There are many opportunities there. So if you have any questions regarding the activity, be sure and shoot me an email and I can give you pre-approval on that if that would make you feel better. There are a few events that are coming up on campus that I want to bring your attention to. One is Homelessness Awareness Week, HAW. That's coming up. We'll share those dates. There's also a few other events that are occurring that we could probably share. And if you go to VKSU, you'll see that there's any number of volunteer organizations that you can partner with. I know many of you are already engaged in the community, so you can use existing volunteer opportunities that you have. Absolutely. In the reflection paper, you'll see that in the guidance there's very detailed prompts. There's 3 sections of the paper. It's about a 4 to 6 page paper worth 100 points. I encourage you to respond fully to all 3 prompts. Be sure to include citations throughout the paper. You may want to visit the Writing Center. I find that students that take time to visit the Writing Center typically earn A's on their paper. I'll offer additional clarification and reminders on the paper as we move forward, but just wanted to set that general expectation for the workload that you might anticipate as you begin to plan out your pace for the semester. So not only is there a lot of content, but because there are those 2 events that are required for the paper, you'll want to go ahead and schedule those this week. If you have any questions, please continue to reach out. You can use that Q&A discussion thread or email me directly. We'll see you online.